Hello, beautiful people. It is December 17th, 2012 at 10:26 a.m. Um, wow. It is so amazing to see and to feel, to really feel all that's going on. And we only have, 4 days left to the big date of the 21st. And the 22nd and 23rd will be aligned with those energies with the Galactic Center still on those days. And it's truly interesting to watch now as everybody's going through their final things before we arrive there. And the 3D people are seeing their whole world crash and they're going, oh no, it's the end of the world. And the 4D people realize it's not the end of the world, but they're still perceiving everything being on the exterior of them. And those persons in 5D, right side by side with them, are just absolutely in their heart and living in the bliss and just having a blast as they're basking in these wonderful energies of love that's being beamed to us from the Galactic Center. And it's interesting to see the persons that have not yet ascended because they keep on focusing on the exterior and living in their head and their ego. And it's interesting to watch how they're doing so is causing conflicts within their lives, how they're doubting themselves, how they're not feeling it. What's coming up is something that can only be felt, only be truly experienced in grace from inside our hearts. If you're thinking about it and you think you know what's going on, you're inside your head still. It's when we look at the 3D, 4D, 5D, and higher, including the persons that are in a spherical comprehension of what's going on, 6D and higher, these are all like various frequency bands, like AM or FM or shortwave or all marine band or microwave or, even the light spectrums. It's all frequency bands. And within those frequency bands, each individual is attuned to his own channel. And with that, many times right now, I'm experiencing other persons that are definitely in 5D, but our frequency bands aren't quite attuned to each other, and they're not supposed to be. See, that's the whole deal about what's going on now. Those of us that have stepped up to the fifth dimensional bliss that's going on through our chakra activations, through our moving from the duality and plurality of the brain and into the heart, activating our Merkaba and our electromagnetic torrid that's around our physical being, which is the enlightenment, and then taking it to the next level and stepping into the six-dimensional spherical comprehension. All of us are on various levels depending on our past focus in this life, in previous lives, how much we've cleared, what we've altered our perceptions to believe is real, and how much frequency we've elevated our consciousness, our being, our light field, our light quotient into. And everybody is on various levels, and it is surely showing. It's just amazing to watch it all. It's that shaking snow globe. Now, there's a lot of people that are feeling that we need to be doing world peace meditations on the 21st. Well, that might be an interior function trying to control the exterior world. For those of us that are the old timers here, we know we have completed our missions as far as that goes. We don't need to have any global meditations at this time, and not even the ones to call in our ET brethren. Right now, it's all about being able to make that connection to all that is within inside ourselves from the higher levels. Now, persons that are still playing in the exterior, they can't quite comprehend that yet. But for those of us that realize the importance of December 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and the true alignment with the galactic center, as well as the incoming photon energies and the solar flares, which they're going to be kicking up here probably today and tomorrow, to raise the frequencies for those days. Well, for those of us that are attuned to that, we realize that this is what helps us to remember, to put back together the dismemberment that we have with who we truly are. And truly, we are all that is. It's all about our perceptions, and it's all about our own inner work. You can do meditations with other persons on these days, but again, you're participating on an exterior where, me personally, I can't say for anybody else, but being centered and focused within my being, expanding to the highest potentiality that I possibly can, to the highest potential I possibly can, is the focused intent I have for that day. We've already done all the work that we can to raise the frequencies of the planet and to awaken humanity and to expose what's going on with the banking system or the war machine or the secret governments or all that stuff, or the religions. We've already done all this work. At this point, so close to the 21st, even waking other people's up is that time's over. If they haven't gotten it by now, then they're going to have to get it afterwards. It could be a valiant effort to sit there and go, oh, I'm still trying to save the world. But at this point, it's my understanding that the more we can individually expand our consciousness, expand our Merkaba field, the more light that we can hold in while it's coming in at this time, that which we do for ourselves, we are doing for all the rest of humanity and the world. Becoming the most amplified, high-powered antenna that we possibly can be is the greatest thing we can do at this time. Man, this is some good candy. Something I brought back from Star Knowledge, and they had it there at the conference, and man, it sure was good. Anyway, I see so many people still hung up on these shootings that occurred, or the earthquakes, or the sinkholes, or all the animals that are getting hurt, or what's going on in the Gulf, or the radiation, and that's all exterior, people. It truly, when you comprehend what's going on and you have shifted your consciousness from the head to the heart, if you've truly done that, have you not noticed the protection that you have for doing that? Have you not witnessed the abilities, your magical powers, the true ascended self that you are? Have you not witnessed the powers that you have? These powers are the greatest thing that we could possibly have. I mean, that's what we're going for. And it is all because of our expanded consciousness. So that goes back to what I was trying to say. Rather than focusing on anything exterior and out of our hearts during this time, the greatest thing that we could do is to stay centered in our hearts, and just keep on expanding. Now, for those persons that have not truly shifted into their heart and are still going through the clearings, and even people that have shifted into the heart are still going through their clearings. We're all clearing up whatever problems that we've had throughout all our cycles here, and any perceptions that we have gained within this egoic light. We're all clearing it up, and to do so is the greatest possible thing that we can be doing here and now. And even persons who are fifth dimensional are still having those issues. And if you really work with ascended masters, you'll find that, these guys have issues even way after their ascension, even hundreds of years after their ascension. Now, what is ascension? Ascension is, in my book, initially that stepping into the fifth dimensional levels of consciousness by moving out of the duality, plurality of the brain, out of the separateness and into the heart. That is one level of ascension. There's another level of ascension that that takes you out of the linear thinking, even in the fifth dimensional perceptions, which you can perceive as a direct column to source up your antichrona, where you receive your informations. That's still a linear thinking. Into the higher spherical thinkings, where you are expanding in every direction and realizing your connection to every atom within all that is. That's another level that can be obtained here on Earth. Many persons are looking at it as a dimensional ascension. And when you shift your consciousness from your head, which fourth dimensional perceptions is about as great as you can experience while still in your head, to fifth dimensional perceptions that you experience while in your heart, to sixth dimensional perceptions, which is an expanded awareness going out in every direction. These are all the dimensional ascensions that you can experience while here on Earth. Now, there is up to 22 dimensions that we can experience on Earth, that we can ascend to, that we can work through the various dimensions at this point in time, because of the frequencies that Mother Earth is holding. Dimensional ascension, to leave planet, one would have to exceed that vibrational realm, that vibrational layer to the onion, past that 22nd dimension, past the 22nd initiation. And that's a carrot on a stick that seems to get farther and farther and farther out there. We came here to transform Mother Earth, and we do that by being embodied and in our God selves, by becoming the walking antennas and the walking transmitters and the walking transducers of all these energies incoming and outgoing. To recognize that as one of the greatest things that you can give to Mother Earth at this time is one of the highest levels of awareness that you can have. Although, when you start perceiving yourself as a universal and multiversal and multidimensional being while still being incarnate, you'll go through those layers of dimensional ascension within your consciousness. Ascension is within the consciousness as well as the physical being, as well as the dimensional ascension that most people think of, where you just disappear into another realm that is either here on top of Earth right now, or that takes you back home to where you came from. There is so many layers of ascension, and it's going to be different for each and every one of us, and we cannot find these things out or experience them at this point by being exterior of us. We have to be centered and focused. And truly, these days leading up to the 21st of December and then the days afterwards, holding and anchoring that dimensional awareness is the greatest that we can hold. Anyway, that's about it for this message. Love you all. Bye for now.